What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Rachel Waldorf. I'm so happy to have you. So today's video is gonna be pretty straightforward. I wanted to just show you guys some of the things that I have been absolutely loving. Not just show you guys because some of them are tangible, but some of them aren't, like movies, TV shows, and music. So we'll talk about those. I have my coffee, shout out to Broadcast Coffee here in Seattle. And it's like a beautiful rainy fall day here. I'm so thankful that it's raining. I feel like the past week and a half, I was just down for the count because of the smoke. So I hope that you guys are doing okay. I hope that you survived that. But anyways, let's just get into the video. I have a lot of cool things to show you guys and let's just go, let's go. All right, so the first product I wanna show you is a perfume. If you guys have been following my channel for a second, you know that I have mentioned Dossier Perfumes before. I wanna say shout out to them because they did send me 2 of their new scents and I am obsessed with them. They smell so good. If you're not familiar with Dossier Perfumes, what I love about them is that they're vegan, they're cruelty-free. What else? They're very clean with ingredients. They're made in France, which seems very cool and bougie when you're in the US. Essentially what they do is they try to make a similar scent to like high-end perfumes into a dupe that is clean, vegan, and affordable, which I love all of those things. So let me show you the ones that I have that I have been obsessed with. So the first one I have is Woody 7, and it's this guy right here. I'll show you guys what this looks like. I love this. And the cap also is like magnetic, so it definitely feels like very like bougie and nice. Oh my God, but it smells so good. So this one right here, they also come with like little cards, which is really nice. It is supposed to kind of mimic Victor and Rolf's Flower Bomb, which I feel like it does. It does a really good job doing that. I love Flower Bomb so much. And this is a really good dupe for that. So this one I love, especially for fall. Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay, let me show you the next one that I got. The next one that I got is probably my favorite perfume I've ever tried from them. So this one is the Oriental Woody 8. Again, they look very similar, but they have the description right on the front. Really heavy duty glass and then like a magnetic top. I'm trying to do that. This one, you guys, this is the best dupe for Le Labo Santal 33. That is what this is trying to be like inspired by. Is it the exact fragrance? No, but damn if it's not close. Like I'm gonna just, it's so, oh my God, it's so good. And also I do feel like with these 2 perfumes, I've tried some of their other ones. These ones stay on so long. I find that like I will change clothes and then if I put my shirt on the next day, I can still smell it on my shirt. And I love that. So big fan of these for the fall. I really love their company and I love what they're trying to do, making like higher end fragrances, like the smell of them more affordable and also just mostly like clean and vegan. Like we love that. So, and I also have a coupon code for you guys. So if you do want to pick these up or pick any of them up, I would suggest these 2 though because they smell so fucking good. Yeah, I'll leave that down below for you. So I've been loving these. Moving on, we'll kind of stay within like the beauty realm. I don't know if it's beauty realm. Are some vitamins. You guys know that I love the Hum vitamins. This is the newest one I've added to my collection. This is Here Comes the Sun. D3 without the UV damage. I just love Hum vitamins just because their packaging is so great, but also I feel like their products really work. And in Seattle, this is like a staple, I feel like, especially for the winter months because we don't see a lot of sun. And now that it's fall time, like we'll be lucky if we see the sun. So this is a really good staple for my diet and I'm just a huge fan of Hum. I also think I have a I don't think it's a coupon code, but it's like, oh, like, are you new to Hum? Like, here's $10 off type thing. I can link that below for you guys if you ever want to try them. But yeah, big fan of Hum. Moving on, this is kind of like a really random one, but this is CBD oil. I've talked about this before. This is from Daughter of the Land. I have been weirdly, like, I've been putting this on my feet, like rubbing this on my feet every night before I go to bed. And I just find that I've been sleeping really good. I love this stuff just for like if I have an ache or a pain, or if you take like a really warm bubble bath, this is really nice. But I've just been rubbing it on my feet and I've just found that like I've been sleeping like a baby. So big fan of this stuff. It smells really good and support local. This is a Seattle brand and I just really like this stuff a lot. So if you're like new to CBD or want to try CBD oil, this is just for like putting on the body. I don't think you ingest this by any means. This is a great place to start. It's very soothing, it's very nice, and so far it's probably one of my favorite brands. I love this one, and I also love the Two Cranes, which is another Seattle brand, but big fan of this guy. Okay, the next product I have is a little woo-woo, and I feel like not everybody's gonna jive with this one, but I wanted to mention it anyways because it has been working for me immensely. If you follow me on Instagram, let me just do a shameless little plug. I've been kind of sprinkling little breadcrumbs of this on my stories. I know in my last video I talked to you guys a little bit about the self-care healing practice that I'm kind of going through right now with Lacey Phillips, her workshop To Be Magnetic. I am going through that, and it's very hard right now. It's just like a lot of like meditation and like deep thinking and childhood things that you're trying to overcome. But something that has really been helping me is flower remedies. I'm not even gonna try to explain what these are. If you're interested in flower remedies, feel free to look them up. The two that I have here are from Alexis Smart. This one right here is Soul Purpose. You put 4 drops under your tongue 4 times a day, and you're supposed to like get that vibration within you. This has worked for me so well, but I understand too that it's not for everybody. The other one I have is First Aid Kit. This one is supposed to be like a staple in your cabinet for like medicine if you get anxiety really easy. For me, I've actually used this for allergies. I've found that if I get anxious about eating something or anxious about like, oh my gosh, my allergies are gonna just like break out, I will take one of these and like my nerves, everything just kind of calms down, and like I find that I don't have like a reaction as much, like a allergic reaction. So yeah, I don't know, I'm a big fan of these. I'm not gonna try to sell you guys on these, and if you're interested, I would love to chat with you about them, but also feel free to go to alexissmart.com and just kind of like look into them and do whatever you want with that. But big fan, I've been loving those. Let's move on. Okay, moving on, I have a candle that I've been loving. This is this little guy right here. Look how cute. It's already like pretty low. Oh my God, it smells so good. Let's light this actually. So the candle's name is Fireside, and it's from Target. I feel like this might be, yeah, this is a soy candle. I need to put this down, okay? I have a really tough time with candles just because I'm so sensitive to scents. So like all the candles from Bath & Body Works, they're so nice, but like I can only handle them for like 10 minutes, and then I start like sneezing and like wheezing because I don't know what's in the candles, but it's just not like good for me. And with the soy candles, I don't have as much of a problem or issue with them. That one right there from Target, the Fireside one, smells so freaking good. It's literally fall in a jar, and I love it. I do wish it was bigger because I feel like I'm almost out, but Fireside from Target will be repurchasing. Very good candle. Okay, moving on, I have some miscellaneous things. One of them I talked about in my last video. This is the Bondi Boost. I have been using this a lot. My hair today is pretty straight. My hair today is just not, it's just not it. But I've been loving this. I feel like I did a lot of research on mermaid hair type wands before buying this one. It is a little pricey. I think this was like $60. But I love it. I really do like it. It's just the barrels are so big, and I find that with the other ones that I looked at, like the competitors, whatever, they were just not as large as this one. So yeah, big fan of this. I did a hair tutorial in my last video if you want to check that out. I feel like this is like the only hot tool I've been using. And I know that it was like, ooh, a cool summer thing, but I've been using it for the fall and I love it. So yeah, big fan of this guy. I wanted to talk about this one because my friend Shalisa actually had bought a couple of these and I was very interested. Obviously right now we're all wearing masks, like especially, I don't know about like where you guys live, but when I go out for a walk, like I'm 100% wearing a mask all the time. I don't step outside of my house without a mask. And I've found that especially if you wear makeup, my masks get so dirty and I'm like breaking out because there's just a bunch of junk, and I try to like wash my masks every day, every other day. But this little guy has been helping a lot. Essentially, it is just like a little thing that it like kind of teeters on your nose and your chin, and then you put your mask on. Let's just do a little tutorial here. And then your mask doesn't get dirty with makeup. And I can talk easier, which is really nice. It doesn't mean that like, you know, you're still gonna have probably like a mark where it was, but your mask doesn't get as dirty, and I find that I can just talk easier with this. I got these on Amazon. I'll link them below. But these have been really, really nice to have. It just feels good to not get like lipstick and like foundation all over my mask. So big fan. The next thing I got is super random. It is an A24 hat. I'm not really a hat gal, but if this isn't fall, I don't know what is. I absolutely love this. I feel like I've been wearing this every day, especially in the rain. Like having a baseball hat's really nice. But I didn't just want a baseball hat to have one. I wanted one that was kind of meaningful to me. So I got an A24 one. If you're familiar with A24 films, cool. I love A24. I feel like they are incredible films. Some of them are crazy and weird, and I love that about them. So I just wanted to support them and get a cool hat. This is super meaningful to me. I just think it's really like a cool thing to have. Yeah. Okay, so that's random. Somebody on Instagram reached out to me and wanted me to do like a little tour of my bookshelf. And look, I'm like just kind of getting into reading, so I felt like, I don't know if that's like a cool thing to do because I have not read all the books on my bookshelf by any means. The ones I have here, I think I've read almost all of them, but these, I have like literally like 10 books here. I wanted to just kind of show you guys in case you are in like the realm of reading and you're like, I read all the books that I have, I need new ones. I'm gonna just show you guys some of the books that I have. I'm still working on reading some of these. If you follow me on Instagram, I know I keep saying that, you already know the books that I'm reading. This one right here, The Song of Achilles, was recommended by my friend Shelby, and I was so resistant to reading this because I was like, it's a big book, I'm not a great reader, and also I don't know anything about Greek mythology. This book is so fucking good. It is basically like the Call Me By Your Name I wish that I would have had, because I didn't love that book. Obviously, like obsessed with the movie. The movie is so fucking good. But the book I found was really, really hard to read. I also got the Audible version because I thought that would help me, but this book is so, so good. I cannot wait to read Circe. Not that they're like together, but I'm gonna be reading Circe after this. But my friend Shelby really wanted me to read this, and I've been reading this, and I'm about halfway through. I'm really, really taking my time with it because I really don't want it to end. It's one of those books, and I feel like I haven't read a book like that in a really long time. But this one right here, like I love so much, and I'm just really taking my time with it. So if you're looking for like a really good romance, but also like dramatic, I don't know, it's just so good. I don't know how to explain it. It's a really, really well written book, not too hard to read. Just a big, big fan of this one. So Song of Achilles, I will link this one below. This is what I'm currently reading. Along with that, I have some other books that a lot of poetry books. I know like some of us are like, ooh, we don't like those, but some people do. So I'm gonna just show you guys those. I love just like the aesthetics of these. These are really nice. This is The Princess Saves Herself in this one, which is really good. I think I've read this a couple times. It's just like small, short poetry prose. It's just such a vibe, right? Like these books are all vibes. I have a bunch of them. I have the rupee ones, which we're all familiar with. These are amazing. Pillow Thoughts. Pillow Thoughts is really good. It's like if you want to feel something, if you feel like you don't have feelings and you want to feel something, like just pick one of these up and like start reading, and you're like, oh damn. So these are really nice. Dirty Pretty Things. This one's probably my favorite. I love this one so, so much. It's just, there's a lot of feelings in this book, and I think it's really nice. It sets such a vibe. Kismat, this is actually a book a friend made. I'll link this one below too. This is very similar. It has prose. It's just poems. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, really good. Milk and Honey, we're familiar, we know. Rest in the Mourning, yeah. I haven't read this one in like years. This is a really short one, obviously. You know, I feel like the OG of like those kind of books. So this one's really good. I think that's the last one that I kind of grabbed. So these are all like poetry and prose books. I will make sure to link all these below. They're really quick reads, but I don't know, they set a really good vibe and mood, and I appreciate that. A couple other ones that I haven't read, but I do plan on reading. Normal People. I've had this on my bookshelf all summer and I just didn't read it. I loved the Hulu series of this. This was so freaking good. So I definitely want to read this one. It looks really easy to read, and I've heard nothing but good things. Again, my friend Shelby recommended this one, so I will be reading this hopefully soon. A Clockwork Orange. This was this movie changed my life, so I had to read the book, and I actually read it in high school. I haven't read it since. It's a tough read. I feel like it's a very advanced book. It's one of those books that just has like, I think, their own library of words. So it's kind of a tricky book, but the movie changed my life and it made me think in such a different way. So I had to read the book. It was a tough read, but worth it. And I feel like if you're an advanced reader, check it out. Another one that I love to just pick up is Tiny Beautiful Things. My friend Adam gave me this, and it's a great book. I also bought the Audible for it because it's essentially like essays, and just like, man, if you're like having a tough time being thankful for anything, pick up this book, read one story, and you'll be like, oh shit, like I need to shut the fuck up and be thankful for what I have. It just puts things into perspective, and it makes me like over the moon and grateful for everything that I have in my life. And the best thing about books like this is you can just pick them up and read one story and then put it down, or you could read all of it. Like, it's totally your choice, but I find that I just love picking it up and reading different stories and gaining new perspective on things. So thank you, Adam, for getting this for me. I love this book so much. The last couple that I have are The Wedding Date, which I finished last month. I was in such a mood last month that I just was like, I want something easy to read. I have no romance in my life. I need something romantic and stupid and cute. This book was that for me. It was stupid, it was romantic, but it was cute, and I was like, okay, like I'm into this to an extent. So I finished this, very good, very cute. It was everything that I needed. So yeah, if you're looking for like a rom-com type of easy book to read, this one's really cute, and you're like, oh fuck, I want a boyfriend now. So this one, it's cute, it's cute. And then the last book I have is actually kind of like a self-help book, Ayurveda, The Science of Self-Healing. I'm reading this one slowly. It's a lot to take in, but also so interesting. Ayurveda is something that's just kind of like popped up into my life. I'm like, what the fuck is it? And I'm just learning more and more about it. And this book is just like a really good place to start if you're interested in that. So this is the other one that I am currently kind of into. So yeah, those are the books. I hope I didn't bore you too much with those. Let's move on to music and movies and TV, and then we'll kind of be done. I feel like that's kind of it. I did write a list because I didn't want to forget what I've been loving. So as far as music goes, please do me a favor. If you made it this far into the video, comment down below some of the music that you've been loving currently, because I feel like I'm at such a standstill with my current music. I know there's new music out, but I'm having a tough time finding music that I'm like really into. So yeah, please give me your suggestions down below. I would be forever grateful. Or go to my Instagram and DM me there. I don't always see those, but I just need some new music. The two artists that I have been loving though, I will talk about quickly. The first one is the Happy Fits. I love the Happy Fits. I'm just waiting for them to blow up. I feel like, you know, they're just gonna be so big soon. They've got such a great sound. They're so talented, and they're just like very kind humans. They came out with a new album in August, and it's so freaking good, you guys. If you haven't listened to it, and if you're into like indie alternative music, they kind of remind me of like Hippo Campus. Check them out. They're so dope. They're so good. I'll link them down below, and just a huge fan. The other artist that I have been loving that's like on my radar that I feel like I am late to the game to is Jessie Ware. Am I saying her name right? Jessie Ware. I think it's Jessie Ware. She's so fucking cool. She's so dope. Spotlight, which is one of her songs, has just been on repeat the whole month of September for me. I absolutely love it. I love her aesthetic. I love her vibe. I think she's so cool. And if you aren't familiar with her, definitely check her out. She's very like disco-y, but also like moody and groovy. And yeah, I just love her sound so much. That's all I have for music. Let's move on to movies and TV. I haven't been watching a lot of movies. I feel like most of my time is spent watching a lot of TV. I don't know if you guys are in the same boat with that. But I'm not mad about it. I just used to be one of those people that watched a lot of movies, but now I watch a lot of TV series and such. So the only movie that I feel like I've watched recently that I've been loving is Before Sunrise. It's with Ethan Hawke. I don't remember the woman's name, I'm so sorry, but it's a trilogy. And I've only watched the first one. I know there's 3. Obsessed. I feel like I'm one of those people that I believe like music and movies and TV, they come into your life when you need them. So like this is a movie from 1995 and for some reason I needed this movie in my life. I loved it so much. It's essentially just about a girl and a guy who meet on a train and they have an amazing day in Venice, and then that's kind of it. And it's a very simple, sweet story. It's just so good. It's like the romance that I need in my life. It's really cool to see this couple come back together 10 years later, literally 10 years later. So the first one's in 95, I think the second one's in like 2004 or 5, and then the last one's in 2013, which is the coolest idea ever. But yeah, I just really liked the Before Sunrise movie a lot. I'm really being patient and I don't want to like right away watch the next one because I loved this one so much, and I'm like, oh, maybe I save it for like a really sad day that I'm having or something, because I loved it and I'll probably end up watching it tonight or something, but it's so good. So that's the only movie I have that I've kind of watched. I've rewatched a lot of old movies, but I haven't, that's like the new one that I've watched and I really, really like. So for TV, I have a couple that I've been watching a lot of TV. I have an HBO subscription, which has been life-changing. I love everything on HBO. I've rewatched Euphoria so many times, but I'm like, okay, I need to stop rewatching Euphoria and watch something new. So Gus and I watched Steven Universe Future, which, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good, you guys. I have not finished watching Steven Universe, like the whole series. I've watched maybe 2 seasons, maybe 3. I've definitely seen bits and pieces of the last couple, but I need to like go watch it from the beginning to the end, because Steven Universe Future was so fucking good and it surprised me, because at first, like the first couple episodes, I'm like, oh, like this is kind of like hit over the head, like cute little lesson, but then it really just fucking ramps up and it's so good. Oh my gosh. So if you're into like the Steven Universe series, Steven Universe Future, so good. Definitely worth the watch. Another one that I'm watching is The Vow. Something you guys might not know about me, maybe you do, is I'm obsessed with cults. And I know how that sounds, but I'm obsessed with like learning about them and why they happen and who joins them. Scientology was one that I was just like, wow, I need to know everything about this, because what the fuck? The Vow is very similar. It's on HBO. There's a new episode every Sunday. I think there's like a total of 9. And it's essentially kind of like a manifestation, like self-healing, self-whatever cult. And like the first episode, I was like, oh my goodness, I would be one of those people that'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna join this because it sounds like something that I like. And then you go into it deeper and you see how messed up it is and how like manipulating it is. And it's just, it's so good. If you're into things like this, like, oh my gosh, give it a watch. I feel like the more awareness we bring to it, the better it is. The Vow, HBO, Sundays. So good. So good. Okay, I have 3 more. The next one that Gus and I actually just started is the Boondocks. This is also on HBO. It's an old anime, I think made in like 2005. Wow, I feel like I've really slept on this one and slept on Regina King. I mean, we all know that she's incredible from Watchmen and she's just fucking dope. She's so good. But the Boondocks, really why we've been sleeping on her for so long. It's a really good anime. I'm only a couple episodes in, but I'm in. Like, I don't find myself really interested in a lot of anime shows, and that is one that I'm like, oh, this is like pretty funny. It's a lot to handle, but also like really good. So I'm probably very late to the game on that, but it's come into my life. I've been loving it, and yeah, again, I'm so sorry, but it's on HBO. The last one that's on HBO is We Are Who We Are. This is an interesting one. This one just came out. There's only 2 episodes out at the moment, but it's made from the same director, Luca, as Call Me By Your Name. So I was like, of course I have to give it a shot because Call Me By Your Name is my everything. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like try it out, see if I liked it. The first episode, I kind of hated. You just follow this boy who's such a little dick, and it was really hard for me to get on board with that because I'm like, fuck this kid, dude. Like, he's such a brat. And then I watched the second episode and I was like, oh, I'm in. Like, I really like this show. It's essentially about like a boy who lives on an army base in Italy. And yeah, it's just about a bunch of kids that live on this army base, and it's really good. There's a lot of stars in it. I know Kid Cudi's in it. There's also, this is so random, but the blonde girl, if you are familiar with the show, she has blonde, she has pink in her hair, she's Martin Scorsese's daughter. There's just a lot of like really interesting people cast in this show, and I feel like it's somehow, the second episode made me like really into it. It sets such a vibe, and if nothing else, it's just like a very beautiful like aesthetic that Luca kind of gives to this TV show. So definitely worth the watch. Again, there's only 2 episodes out right now, but that's the one that I've currently been like, okay, we're gonna give it a try. And first episode was really tough. Second episode, really good. So stick with it. Let me know if you're watching this or if you're gonna watch it. So the last one I have is The Boys. I feel like everybody and their moms is talking about The Boys. Season 2 came out last month? August? I don't know if it came out in August or September, but The Boys is really good. It's just, if you're not familiar with it, it's on Amazon, and it's just about a bunch of superheroes that are corrupt and how they're living within the real world, and it's a trip. It's very gory. It's sometimes really hard to watch, but it's really good. Like the writing is so good, and it's just one of those shows that I'm always like waiting to like watch. So season 2 is out, been loving it. That's kind of all I got, you guys. This video kind of all over the place. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you guys end up trying any of these things out, whether it's like the perfumes or the books, or you watch any of these movies, TV shows, whatever, I would love to know. Definitely feel free to hit me up on YouTube or on Instagram. I do try to check my DMs, but I don't always get to them because some of them are like privated, and Instagram just has kind of a weird way of doing things. So leave a comment, please leave a comment on music that you're loving, or TV shows that you've been loving, books that you've been loving. I know we're kind of all in this weird like pandemic phase where we're just kind of at home, so I'm sure any of your suggestions would help immensely. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're staying safe. Make sure that you are registered to vote. Voting's coming up, and I will see you guys very soon. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.